Hello there, you're welcome to a brand new day. Listen, only few faithful friends will be bold enough and kind enough to correct you on some issues when you are wrong. Some people will just look away and be showering you with accolades because they don't want the benefits of the relationship to end. So they just keep it going. They don't want the relationship to be strained. That's why it's very, very risky to be surrounded with only yes men. Nobody that can call you to accountability. Nobody can correct you. You are the alpha and omega of your life and destiny. It's very risky. And listen, in a marriage relationship, your spouse is the one that is most at stake. No matter what is happening to you, everybody may, promise true life friendship. They will eventually, at one point or the other, they may just leave. That's why it is important for you as a person to make sure that you are friends with your spouse. Both of you should be vulnerable with each other. What are you hiding? What are you being proud of that to the extent that you don't want your spouse to know your shortcomings and the rest of them? No. Be very, very vulnerable. Be friends with each other so that you can correct one another in love. You know why? A lot of people will not see the real you out there. Everybody puts out their best foot, as Christians. Oh yes, bless you, it is well. We know all those language, Christianese language, and everybody forms like they are, angels. But your spouse sees everything. It sees when you're angry. It sees when you're upset. It sees the way you frown your face, the way some of those things. Your spouse knows everything about you. Sees your nakedness. And I mean, when it comes to your character, sees everything. So there is no point now not being able to be free with your spouse to the extent that you can be corrected. Some people, when they are corrected by their spouse, they don't take it lightly at all. They will go solo, they will go moody, they won't talk to the person. I learned some women, they won't even offer sex any longer. They will close shop, network will not be connecting. So the man will just keep quiet. The same thing with some men too. They may not even eat in the house any longer because their spouse corrects them. Be vulnerable with each other. Listen, let me read today's Family Impact Daily Bible Meditation Scripture to you. Listen very attentively. It's taken from Proverbs 27, verse 6. I'm reading AMP. It says, "Faithful are the wounds of a friend who corrects out of love and concern, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful because they serve his hidden agenda." Faithful are the wounds of a friend. It's a wound. You see, when you are corrected, nobody feels good about it. When they tell you, you've done something wrong, your spirit may be dampened and you feel like, and I'm trying and all. But the truth is that the wound is there. The truth is that that wound needs to be addressed. When they are treating a wound, it may be hurtful, but when you cover it up, it will keep degenerating and it won't be in your best interest. So it's better we open it up, remove the scar tissue, scrape all the infectious things out, and then the wound will heal and nobody will know it was ever there, and then you will be fine. It's better that way. But if once you are corrected, once you are told you've done something that needs more amendments or whatever, and you just go solo, nobody will be correcting you. You'll just be left to your own, and it won't be the best. So be very, very vulnerable with your spouse. At least that person has the greatest stake in your life, all things being equal. So be vulnerable with each other. And let me also say this, spouses, when you are correcting one another, let's do it in love. And let it not be that the only thing in your life and destiny that you know to do is to correct. Nobody likes that. I mean, you don't show appreciation. The little thing your spouse does, you don't even see it. It's only when they have done wrong that you are not ready to correct them. That may bring resentment in your spouse. It may breed resentment. So don't allow that to happen. Just make sure that you're also correcting in love. There's this thing we call sandwich method. A slice of appreciation with that little butter or jam of correction, and then more appreciation. So you can adopt that method. Or make sure you are the type that is always appreciating one another. So when it's time to correct, it won't be a big do. It won't be that, the only thing you know how to do is to correct and correct and correct. But it is still important that you have people in your life that are telling you the truth. A lot of people won't want to strain the relationship. Some people are even shy. Some people are scared. Some people are they are not just the type. They won't just talk. But it's not as if they are not saying that thing. So make sure that you're not just surrounding yourself with yes men, but your spouse is your best bet, because your spouse sees everything. Things that people out there are not seeing, your spouse can see. So make sure you are friends with one another. It's a lot of advantage. Out there is tough. Make sure there is a succor, a shoulder you can come in to lean on in the home, in the house. That's why you are married, so that you can comfort one another, encourage one another, and of course correct one another.